Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's your boy Smokester here, back at you with another video. And today we are on Thunder Valley ARL round 3. Now I gotta say, man, this track was so challenging, bro. I don't care what anybody says, this track is so hard. Now it also is very realistic. It really is. There is a lot of spots on this track where I am glad that they waited a week, because it looks a lot like it did in real life. There is something off though, because the lap times are not consistent with what they were running in real life. It's a lot shorter, but I'm not gonna critique it that heavily because the track was fire. It was really fun to ride, man, and I just had an overall blast on this track. Now I was proud of myself because for the first time ever I qualified for a Pro AM race. It wasn't ARL, it was the MXOR. When I tried to qualify for ARL, the fastest lap time I could get in qualifying was a 2:09. But I knew I could run faster because outside of that, I ran a 2:06.3 on the Cowie. But Turbo talked to me, he was like, hey man, switch over to the KTM, da 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 da. I was like, I don't want to, but I did. And then when MXOR came, it was like 11 p.m. my time was qualifying, I believe. And I ran a 2:06.55, and it qualified me 32nd out of 35 spots. It might not sound like a big deal to a lot of people, but for me, that was the first AM or pro race that I've ever qualified for. And I was super stoked, man. I was super stoked. Going into Heat 1, I was like, all right, I'm just going to try to take my time, you know, not push it and avoid crashes, you know what I mean? And I did a great job of that for like the first 10 minutes. I was sitting in 10th place. And then I just threw it, man. I started messing up left and right. I ended up falling down to like 23rd at the end of Moto 1. Which at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? I still beat 9 people that were faster than me in qualifying. So that was good, you know? Going into Moto 2, got a great start. I was in 5th place going into, it was a corner up this hill on the other side. And Turbo decides to come and clean me. In the middle of the race, just takes me out. I respawn in the middle of the track, get taken out again. I respawn, get taken out again. Respawn again, get taken out again. Finally, when I'm back on the wheels and going, man, I'm in dead last, 10 seconds behind the person in front of me. And I was talking to Oswald in VC during it. He was like, bro, I would just quit. Like, at this point, you're in last. I was like, I can't do it, man. I can't quit. So I just kept grinding, and I pushed and pushed. And I fought all the way back to 17th in the second race, which may not sound like a big deal to a lot of people, but being that I was in dead last, I fought back, and it felt good, man. It felt real good to get into a race and actually, you know, just compete and be able to race. Now, the one thing I've noticed is weird is, like, qualifying times are very weird. Like, you know, you qualify with the, I qualified with a 2:06.55. The fastest guy qualified with, I think it was like a 2:04, something like that, 2:03. But nobody was really running those lap times in the race. You know what I'm saying? The top 3 people in qualifying ended up running away with the race. Fizzy, Turbo, and Smitty, I think his name was. And they were all running their qualifying pace consistently, which is why they were just destroying the field. But it was a good time, man. I had a good time. So if you guys are looking for another race besides ARL to compete in, check out the MXOR races, man. He streams them, and it was just overall a fun time. Me, Turbo, Nazwad chilling, competing, and it was just a good time, man. It really was. I had a blast, and assuming that I'm not working on the next time it happens, I am going to try to qualify again, man. I really am. But then, you know, I also am on the fence with this whole thing because there was some people complaining about, oh, Rancho was too easy and this, that, and the other. And so I kind of feel like they made it rough in some spots where it wasn't that rough in the real life race. You know what I'm saying? And granted, I feel like they had to slow down the lap time, so I don't know if the scaling was off or if the bikes are just that good or what, but we were running, I think, at like 15 seconds ahead of what the 250s in real life were running. So overall, though, track was fire. I do wish they would go back to kind of how they did it for Rancho, because it didn't just cater to like the best of the best. Like everybody was able to play that. And at the end of the day, if you're the best of the best, you shouldn't be complaining that a track is too easy, because if you're really the best of the best, it doesn't matter. You're going to finish up top anyway, right? So let the other people that are trying to enjoy this game have fun, and let them, you know, be a part of it. You feel me? Because otherwise you're just catering to the 1%, and you're going to ruin the game that way. We're finally growing. Let's keep it growing. And that's enough of that subject. But man, dude, I'm excited to watch the races today, man. We got High Point coming up. It's actually getting ready to start in like 5 minutes for me. I'm recording this video very late in the day, which normally I have it done way before. So the video will be posted about an hour and a half behind when it normally would be. But overall, man, track was fire. Had a blast in the MXOR series, and you gotta go check it out, man. If you don't have the track yet, this track will definitely make you better at the game. It's just challenging in every spot. You know what I'm saying? To run a consistent lap is just very challenging. So, but overall, like I said, I had a blast, man. Now for High Point, my predictions. I'm wanting, well, I guess it ain't even a prediction. I'm rooting for my man Jet. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna predict that at some point Chase Sexton is just gonna wash it, and he can get back on the horse and probably finish in the top 5. But yeah, man, we're rooting for Jet Lawrence like always, man. And then I think Hayden Deegan, you know, he's been proving himself. He's been doing very well, so I think he has a very good shot at it too. And yeah, I think Jet Lawrence, or you know what though, Hunter Lawrence has been giving Jet a run for his money, so maybe we see Hunter pull out the overall today, man. I don't know, but either way, I'm excited to get in here and watch this race, man. I'm gonna lay on the couch and just watch the races for the next couple hours, bro, because yeah, that's what I like to do on Saturdays, man. And then when football season comes around, I sit around and watch football on Sundays, bro. Man, but yeah, you know what, shout out to Turbo, because this corner right here is where he cleaned me, bro. Cleaned me right there, and then I was getting back up on the face of that double and just kept getting taken out, man. It was all bad. I told him too, I was like, man, F you, because I literally went from 5th to last in the matter of 10 seconds. It was all bad, but we were able to come back from it, and you know, 17th I'm okay with, man. I really am. Now this downhill right here is so challenging, bro, because this that little jump in the middle of it is all rutted out, and oh man, you got to hit it just right, otherwise you're either going sideways or over the handlebars or whatnot. Like, that's hard. And then this jump you have to slow down a lot for, just to downside the other side and get your rut that you want in. Oh, right here I was going to the inside for the longest till I seen Turbo taking the line I just took. Obviously he didn't mess up this part, but those parts were faster. And then the entire race and qualifying I was taking the inside right here. Just today actually I figured out that the outside right there is faster. So when I get into some more races on this track, I'm definitely got some different lines I'm gonna try. So far in the video we've only been able to run a 207.9, which is about a second and a half off of my qualifying time. So we're gonna see if we can improve that. I would really ideally like to be able to run a 205, high 204 on this track, and maybe with enough practice I can get to that point. But like the smallest mistake, like you see right there, is just detrimental on this track, bro. That one mistake put me down a whole second almost, you know what I'm saying? So track is difficult, and you know, it's a great track to practice on, man. So y'all should go check it out. And I'm hoping next week's is something similar to this, but I want it to be more like Rancho, you know what I mean? Because I really want more people to be able to ride it and enjoy it. And as far as like the newer people, I think they'll just get frustrated with this track and not ride it, you know what I mean? And Thunder Valley is already not a lot of people's favorite track. So when you look at it like that, man, it's like, I don't know, man. I don't want them to cater to the 1%. And if you're the fastest, you're going to be the fastest no matter what. But that's my take on that, guys. Other than that, man, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to go watch some motocross. I'll talk to y'all later, man. Peace.